what are you doing to kind of set a pathway, a new path that is outside of the meta?
Yes. So I mean, I've been podcasting. So I've been podcasting for coming on a year. So like
Yay,
January 1st,
congratulations.
basically. Yes, it's been so cool just to kind of see.
Yeah.
My whole goal, like last year for the podcast, was like I just want consistency. I just want to show up. I just want to, have consistency every week for that year. And I'm excited just to grow it in this next year and kind of really work
Yeah.
on that and that long content or long form content. I think diversifying, some different platforms. I did try to go on a platform called Mighty Networks for a while, which is kind of like
Yep.
having your own little Facebook. It was kind of hard though, because I felt like I grew it for about 6 months and I just didn't feel like the interaction was there because it's an
Yeah.
extra step for people to log into.
Yeah, I had
Um,
that exact same situation. I kept with it for about 18 months. I actually had several of my clients launch their apps and programs on there with that thought pattern because we have a very shared experience and mentality as you. And it was really difficult, really difficult. We
yeah.
ended up switching off of it, going into a new program. And then I'm in the process of developing an app, which I think is going to
Oh,
really
good.
be rad for all of the interaction. It actually has live features just like Facebook and stuff. So I'll pass the info to you.
Yeah, no, I would love the info.
Yeah.
Because I do think we have to kind of start thinking about this, and I
Yeah.
also kind of want to start really considering taking some of my time off of social media, just
Yes.
the amount of scrolling, the amount of all of it. Like it
Yeah.
is kind of overwhelming. And I think it takes away from family and from purpose and it's distracting. So I'm excited to go into this next year and kind of really think about what that's going to look like. Um,
So you're serving these faith-based photographers at this point.
mhm.
You've got obviously kind of a trajectory path of staying in truth and staying in service. One of
Yeah.
the things that you mentioned in your bio was that being the Joan of Arc of their business. I really love that. I want you to unpack it for a minute and then talk
Yeah.
about business as a battlefield because I really believe that's something I'm really passionate about and I believe in as well.
Totally. Kind of where we are, story hit. My Facebook ads account got shut down for 30 days, because of something I shared. And it wasn't even like that bad. And I don't feel like I go crazy, crazy conspiracy, like
Yeah, yeah.
I don't think I'm
Sure.
like
Some people
so
do. Yeah, yeah.
far, like I'm not on like the QAnon side of things that like
Yeah,
everyone's
sure,
like, oh my
sure.
gosh. Um, and so I try to be somewhat discerning of what I post,
Yeah, for sure.
um,
But
but
again, like you
anyway,
said, truth is truth and people don't like it. And
yeah.
so, regardless of what degree of truth it is, it's still capital T.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes. Um, anyway, so I was just kind of thinking, I was like, so when I first had started my education business, I went into photography because I felt like that is where I'm most uniquely qualified. So I feel like this is where I need to start. But long term, I really have a dream of just helping, just like women business owners. And I think my story is playing out throughout the years of what this kind of looks like. But there's elements of courage and elements of like like being in the battlefield and just kind of showing up and going through the hard stuff, and speaking truth and being brave, like in our businesses. And so I really think that's kind of long term where I'll be. But now my next step was kind of like, starting the podcast, so I would have a place where I could just really speak openly. That's really what I love about podcasting, because it's like you can just speak,
Yeah,
and you're
no
just
filter.
it's
Yes.
it's wonderful for that
It
for
is.
that. And so I started my podcast, and then I ended up launching a monthly membership site for women entrepreneurs. And it's kind of like a business maintenance membership, but we all are on like similar tracks regarding faith and values, and but stepping in when it comes to bravery and being outspoken. And then this fall, I ended up launching another signature program for online coaches and course creators. So now I'm teaching them how I grew my online coaching and course creator business. And so a lot of where we go, I think, is teaching people where we are, like what we just did in like the previous years. And I'm so excited about it. Like, it's awesome. And I have amazing students who just came in this fall. But long story short, with the battlefield side of things, I just truly believe that like we can't separate God from our business. We all have these strengths. My strengths are in bravery and courage and kind of like, hold the line, or like, first round, like I got beat up kind of early, so I'm kind of like, thank you
Yeah,
guys.
for
More
real.
people are coming in now.
Yes. So good.